My friend. Aloha, Dani. Wonderful job today. I'm gonna miss you while you're out of the country for the next couple months in the holiday. But when you return, we're gonna be talking about note composition and how to arrange your own music. You are basically at the top tier level of music theory for intermediate ukulele. With our last study of fretboard neck recognition, what happens is you develop a little sense of where you're going melodically. So when you're playing your chord structures like a C major, a D minor, an F major, a B7, a G7 or a B diminished, what we can do is we can have lending and leading tones moving our melodies. When you have melodies that are moving, they're going to be following all the scale patterns that we had, like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Certain patterns can be used, like that is the C major with an open pattern, open C, D at the second fret, open E, F, so on and so forth. But if you're playing a G major, what we discussed is you can go up the fretboard from your first pattern location, 1, 2, 3, 4, to your second pattern location, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can even move it up into your third pattern location, 9, 10, 11, 12, to complete the 12 minor seconds in a chromatic scale, or you could just stick with your 7 notes in your diatonic scale. So if we're going to be playing something, let's say in the key of G, you would easily assume that G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G would be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diminished 7th, and then your resolution. If you go from a G to a G flat, however, you can't really play this G flat or enharmonically F sharp with that G note. They form a diatone. It's not so great when you're not looking for that, is it? So the way we get rid of having that diatone is the same way that we do finger mutes. We can take our first finger, which is on the D flat or the C sharp, and we can put that up so it mutes the tip top of that string, thusly giving it the same chord you want, but dead muting it. You could also wrap your pinky around and play the actual note, the B flat, or what is that, A sharp? No, B flat, A sharp, or B flat, yeah. So if you're doing that, you could play this note down here, or you could basically just take that same fingering you would use for a F major, play it with your second finger group and scoot it up for an F sharp major, which is ipso facto the same thing as a G flat. Okay, so now that we're on the same page, G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat. That's right, in the key of G flat, you gotta say C flat. Now, practically, G flat is a B note. However, this is one of those times we spell out the enharmonic note this way. So if we have a G flat, we have G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, and then we're gonna have an F natural, and it's gonna resolve to our G. We could also move that up top and go right up top. When you leave your pinky there and bar up that 6th fret, notice how you're left with the G flat major inversion. Yay? Yay! So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about how to utilize those notes in a melodic fashion. If we're playing in the key of G flat and doing something like G flat, if we wanted to go to G flat's minor third, we would go G flat, A flat, B flat. So if we know how to play a B major, and then we know how to play a B minor, then we can easily go to a B flat minor. So a 1, 3, 2 progression would have an A flat in it. Well, if we're playing an A flat right here, we can't just go whoop. That just doesn't work. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to find an inversion for our other A. Now, if we're playing a G major and we had an A minor, that would be a 1 major first, minor second in the key of G. But since we're gonna be playing here, we can't play this low note and have those open notes strung that way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wanna turn that chord right around and turn it into a minor. So the best way to do that would be to look at it what it looks like up top. So a G major, G sharp, A major. If we turn that A major into an A minor, and we put down our finger here to cover that A minor, an A flat minor would be the same thing, just scooch down. So knowing that, we can do a 1, 3, 2, 1 progression. A 1 in the G flat would be a G flat major. Here's our G flat major. If we're gonna go to a minor third, a B flat minor, right? Then we're gonna be going to our A flat minor. And then we're gonna do our resolution right back in that G flat major. It feels weird, but essentially it's the same thing as doing a 1, 3, 2, 1 in any other key. In G, G major goes to B minor down to A minor to G. G flat major goes to, you remember? B flat minor then to A flat minor over back to under therefore, yeah, yeah, yeah. So what we do is if you had just those 3 chords and you wrote a melody like you could do that in G flat as well as utilizing different notes from the scale. So what we do is we practice at home. G, G, A, B, C, D, G, G flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat. And when we get a sense of where those notes are on the fretboard, it's quite easy to remember when you're doing something like a G major and you want to use that half step for the D flat to the D or the C sharp to the D. It is considered in and out of a different modal structure. If we want to stay truly diatonic, we're just going to be using the notes from that chord namesake, which is why we've been talking about relative majors and relative minors. So in the key of G flat major, the only thing we have to really know is that every note in the key of E flat minor is going to be the same as G flat major. Why? It's relative minor, just the same way as in G major, E minor. Now, if you do see this, when you put down one finger here for the E minor, look how close a G major is to its relative minor. Same thing with every key. F major, F, G, A, B flat, C, D flat, F, G, A, B flat, C, D minor. So an F major and a D minor are super close. Just the addition of one finger gives you the same 2 scales, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, diminished F. So what happens is you develop a sense of melody from these. I would love for you in your book, while you're following along, while we are not going to be seeing each other over these next couple months, to go through some pages that we haven't done. Look at the key signatures, look at the name of the video, look at the ideas behind these. And when we go through this book and we turn to a random page, let's say, how about page 44, Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho. Great tune, great spiritual. I look at this and I see that there's 1 sharp. You would know that that's in the key of G and that 1 sharp is F sharp. And then we're gonna see that the first note that we're gonna sing is gonna be on an E. Now, it should point out to you in the key of G major on here, and then we go to our first chord, and our first chord is in the key of E minor. So all the notes in G major and all the notes in E minor are going to be the same. The actual phrasing we have for here, when we see the 1, 2, 3, 4 beats per measure, and then we've got a 4/4 time signature, it leads me to think that when I've got 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, it's gonna have a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, but those 2 notes are doubled. So I've got Ooh, there's our rhythm counting. So when I see 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, 8th note, I'm seeing E, D sharp, E, F sharp. Because that key signature leads me to believe that every note that's on that F line is going to be an F sharp. Writing out our signatures as we did today in the key of G flat should be the same as sight reading in here. So if you were in the key of G flat, just like if you were in the key of D major, whenever you see the notes in the key of D major, the F note and the C note, even though on the staff, on the actual notation right here, you do not see a sharp, flat, or a natural sign in front of the note, all you have to do is refer back to the time and the key signature to get your bearings. So when you're going through this book and you're picking out random songs, have your mother throw me an email and I will learn the songs and I will put a video out there before you're gone. That's if you want to. Not gonna make you practice anything while you're gone. You do, however, have 4 or 5 different Christmas songs, so I would hope that you're going to be practicing those up till the time. Record the session for your family and then send me a video, because that would be awesome tops. Anywho, I really enjoyed seeing you this week and this summer. If you have any questions, email me or put it in any of these comment sections and I will get back to you. I'll see you upon your return. Aloha.